Hello and welcome to my third video on Visual Basic Programming. Today we'll be starting on real programming. So, go ahead and fire up Visual Studio 2015 or 2013. I just installed 2015 and it's slightly different, so I'll explain the differences if there are any. So, what we'll be doing today is a very simple command line application called a Hello World application. Now, if you're a previous programmer, you know exactly what this is and how simple it is. So, click New Project, and then make sure you're selecting Visual Basic, and then if you're on 2015, it'll say Classic Desktop. Otherwise, it'll say Windows. So then, click on Console Application. And that was just my phone, just a minute ago. Alright, so for the project name, we're going to name it Hello World. And for the solution name, we're going to be putting in YouTube Tutorials. And make sure it says something like this, because this is where this solution is going to contain everything we're going to be doing in this video course. And by the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you probably didn't watch my video last time. And I highly encourage you to watch it, because it is important to know how everything works before actually going into the programming. Alright, so if you have done all this, then go ahead and click OK. You'll create your new project. And here's your shiny new command line project. So welcome to Visual Basic Programming, real programming. Now the first thing you'll probably notice is it says module up here. Module, and then module 1, and then end module. So what is this? Alright, so let me explain. Module is this file right now that it's going to run, and end module means that it's ending this module. And how this works. In Visual Basic, there are no brackets, there are no little semicolons and stuff. It's very simple. You write a line of code, and you go to the next one, and if you started something like a sub or a module, you end it with end, and then module, sub, or whatever. Like in this case, it says end sub. Here it says end module. Now, this says module 1 because this is the name of our file. If you go over here, you'll see that it says module 1. Alright, so this is a command line program, so it's only going to be in the console. So, in order to write text in the console, you write console dot write line, and then type in hello, and then world. But notice that there are red lines underneath it. What happened? Well, how does Visual Basic know that this is actually text? But it doesn't. It thinks this is actual code. So this is not code. Hello world? What kind of code is that? So in order to denote text or string, you put in a quotation. And inside your quotation, you can now type in hello world without having Visual Basic put it as an error. So now, how do you run this beautiful program you just created? Well, it's quite simple. You click on build, and you can click on build solution. Building your solution means that it's going to create an executable file for you. However, what you really want to do is debug. Debugging will actually build your application and then run it automatically, which is very useful, and you can also click start right here. So if you click start or press debug, you end up with this thing right here which says build started, and then there it was. Did you see it? Well, that was terrible. Now what happened? Well, what happened was it did what it was supposed to do, except that it's finished, so what is it supposed to do? It's supposed to end. And we have to fix that. In order to fix that, you create a new line here by pressing enter, then type in console dot read line. What this means is that it's going to wait for you to press enter or type in something into another line before moving on, as an ending in this case. So now if you run this program, it's going to say hello world and stay there. Now if you press enter, it's going to close. So, you just created your first program. How does it feel? Great, right? Well, let's talk about some more complex stuff. First of all, let's create a new method. First of all, we're going to type in sub, and then let's call it random 1, because this is just going to be a one for educational purposes, nothing special. So we're going to type in console.WriteLine hello YouTube. Now, what's going to happen if I run? If I run this program, it will either say it or it won't. So if you were planning on betting any money, I'm probably going to get it, so pass it over. And what happened? So what happened? Why didn't this run? Because this is a separate method. When your Visual Basic program starts, it's going to go to Module 1, right here. This is Module 1, and then it's going to open up Main, Sub-Main. This is the one that's basically like a control center. This is what controls everyone else. How do you make this run then? Well, you have to call on it. The control center needs to send in a call statement. So you're going to call in random1, and then, now if you run it, it's going to say, hello world, hello YouTube. So that was cool. But what if you forgot what this code means? Now, this is so simple, you probably won't. But what if you have a very complex program and you forget what you're typing in? Well, that's pretty simple too. This is called commenting. You put in an apostrophe and you write in whatever you wish. This is a comment. Now, what a comment is, it's basically just a comment. It's a note for yourself. And this does not get put into the actual program itself. When you're actually running the program, this has no effect on it whatsoever. So this is kind of for documentation purposes, so that you can write in exactly what it's supposed to do. So the console will say hello world. Then we have here, the program will then run random1. And then over here, oops, you can type in your code. For an example, you can type in read line so that the program will not auto end. Now you can also change this to read key, so that when you type in a key, it'll automatically end. So that's that. Now, let me show you an example of coding using comments only first. So what I mean by that is, let's call it a comments underscore example. Then I spelled example wrong. Alright, let me fix that. Example. And then example, and then put in comments. First of all, it's going to say console writes, and then type in that this is the end of the video. Then it's going to say console write, then how about like and subscribe. Alright, so nothing is going to happen, first of all, because it's not even called, so let's call it in. So let's add a comment. It's going to say call in comments underscore example. Then we're going to actually add in the code, which says call comments underscore example. So now, click enter, and then first thing we're going to do is read what this thing says. This is called pseudocode. This is not real code, but it's fake code. That's really what pseudocode means, which is kind of funny because this really is fake code. It's kind of like code, but not really. So we're going to read what it says and put it into VB terms, which is console.WriteLine. This is going to say this is the end of this video. I forgot this part here. This is the end. Oops. Alright, and over here it's going to say console.WriteLine. It's going to say subscribe and like. Well, like and subscribe sounds better. Like and subscribe. Alright. And there you go. Now, if you run this program, it's going to say, hello world, hello YouTube, this is the end of this video. like, and subscribe. So, the video says it all. This is the end of this video because we just started programming, and in this video we learned a lot, like calling on different sub parts of this program, and also the main program, and how it works, and how this runs. The next video will be going even deeper into programming and starting other stuff. And as always, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.